to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Just want the radio on. Okay, I see we need to kill 2 hours.
Who is this clown?
First name, Todd.
That show, off the radio.
Do you listen?
He makes me laugh.
He's tolerable.
You can hear for yourself.
5 o'clock every day.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I'm William Shatner. I've done a lot of things in my career, but this takes the cake. This is so cool. You, Todd, today, it's all about you. This is phenomenal. You made parole.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Oh my gosh, what a huge lineup of stories tonight. We got a fire downtown. We got cicadas causing chaos. We got Florida man. We got a car into a building. We got science news. We got a El Pancurrito update. And, it's Wing It Thursday. Now, wait, what? Wing It Thursday. Yeah. So tonight we're going to have somebody on from the Versailles Poultry Days, and they wanted to bring me a bunch of yummy chicken from Poultry Days, but they didn't start cooking it until today. So we couldn't do it yesterday, which is normally Wing It Wednesday. So they said, hey, could we maybe come on Thursday, because then we'll be able to bring you some chicken. I said, well, of course you can, because who doesn't love free chicken? I mean, come on. So they'll be here just after 6:30 on the show. Something else, this is kind of cool. I came into some extra tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band. And they're going to be down at Riverbend Music Center tomorrow night. And I have 5 pairs of tickets. And you have until 7 o'clock to register to win these tickets on my Facebook page. There is a link there. If you go to my Facebook page, there is a link, and you can register to win these tickets. The show's tomorrow night, so you got to be available to go. And just after 7 o'clock, when the show's over, I'm going to pick those winners, and then I will email you the tickets. So if you'd like to go see Dave Matthews Band tomorrow night at Riverbend, by all means, go register right now. It's very simple. Or you can find it on the WHIO.com on the radio contest page. We also have tickets to give away to see Flock of Seagulls with Bow Wow Wow and Animotion. They're going to be down at Bogart's in Cincinnati, as my grandma used to call it, Cincinnati, for the I Love the 80s show. It's Friday, June 20th. So be listening for the cue to call for that. But you got to go to my Facebook page and register for those tickets for Dave Matthews. 2 different shows, 2 different ways to enter. Got it? Okay. First thing I got to get to, you may have heard in our news earlier, there was a fire downtown. And this was in the residential apartment building that is part of the arcade. Now, normally I wouldn't just talk about some sort of building fire. They were able to extinguish it, I guess, pretty quickly. But here in local media, we all kind of know each other. And a number of people that I've worked with in the past, who I would still consider friends and colleagues, they work in those iHeart studios downtown. A bunch of radio stations you would recognize if I name them, but I'm not going to. But you know who they are. There was a fire above their studios today. And apparently the rumor that I heard, and when I was down in the newsroom earlier, I asked, can we confirm this? Can we confirm this? They said, well, we don't know. We don't know. But then I just heard the report from Letitia Perry earlier that the speculation is that whoever's living in the apartment above the radio stations had some sort of illegal marijuana cultivation deal going on. And if you know anything about growing pot like I do, no, I don't know anything about growing pot. I just know that it takes a lot of lights and I guess some water, a lot of water, right? But really a lot of lights. And I don't think this guy was just like growing a plant or two, which I think is legal now. You can have 1 or 2 plants or something, whatever the rule is. I'm not sure that that's what this was. I guess it could have been, but somehow, some way, maybe that is what caused the fire. I think that's what they're looking at. I know Mike Campbell from News Center 7 was asking questions about this to the firefighters, and they said, well, you got to talk to the cops. So that right there should be indication that something was going on. But here's the deal. The fire caused the sprinkler system to go off in the building. And they have these beautiful studios that were just built maybe in a year or two ago when they moved from Pine Street over to the arcade. So the studios are fairly new. Ruined. Sprinklers, and I don't know if the sprinklers were in their studio or if the sprinklers were in the apartment, probably the apartment. And all of the water from those sprinklers down through the ground, through the ceiling, and parts of the ceiling had fallen. There was and there are competition, right? There are competition, and it's a friendly, sometimes volatile competition, but it's a friendly, volatile competition. And that's just the way it is. That's the way radio's always been, and that's the way we like it, damn it. But, man, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine. And I was talking to my buddy Jeff, who works down there, and he was in the studio when the alarms went off. And his first instinct, because we've been texting it back and forth today, his first instinct was that's a false alarm. But then all of a sudden he starts to see water slowly trickle down out of the ceiling. And he's like, we got to go. And they left. And there's video out there of him coming back in and going through the studios. And it's just chaos. Total destruction. So, from a competitive standpoint, sorry. But from colleagues that I know and care about their well-being and their careers and their jobs and the whole deal, man, oh man, that is a tough break. So, thoughts and prayers for our friends over there at iHeart. We have this. I think I did one of these earlier this year, and I didn't think I was going to have to do it again, but it turns out I do.
This is an Evening Edge Cicada Watch update.
So, over the last few days, the cicada chatter has been off the hook, and I don't know if you saw the stories on WHIO.com, but there were 2 that I saw. One, people down at Kings Island are being harassed by cicadas. There at the park. They call them the Brood 14. And we talked about this a couple of years ago when the cicada fun all hit the Miami Valley. Remember, everywhere you went, there were cicadas. There were people crunching cicadas on the sidewalk. They were in your house. They were in your dog's house. Some people were putting them on salads. They were. But this particular brood, according to a guy by the name of Dr. Gene Kritsky, who is a expert on such things, says that the Brood 14, which are, coming out of, hibernation now and causing all this chaos, were first seen by the Pilgrims in 1634. Isn't that interesting? But they're hatching all over the place, down in Kings Island especially. People are getting hit in the face by cicadas when they're on the roller coasters. When they're riding the rides, they're zipping through and smack, smack, smack. That's what they're experiencing. So if you happen to be going down to Kings Island, just take this as a friendly caution, friendly warning. If you're going to ride some rides, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. You can deal with getting hit in the face or the forehead, right? You don't want to be eating bugs at Kings Island. That's disgusting. Now, the other cicada story, this happened down in Blue Ash in Cincinnati. And I don't think that this Brood 14 has made it to our area. I don't know if it's going to, these cicada hatchings or whatever they call it, it's very regional. So maybe we'll see some, but I don't think we're going to get inundated like the folks south of here and like we were a couple of years ago. But down in the city of Blue Ash, which is, a suburb of Cincinnati, the Blue Ash Police Department posted a picture on social media of a car that was on its side, and apparently it was caused by a cicada. So somebody was driving down the road, minding their own business, and a cicada flew into the car, and they just, I guess, started going nuts, panicking, which I can understand. I've been driving along and all of a sudden there's like a horse fly or a bee or something flies into the car and you're like, oh my, you got to be careful. So, but then the person who crashed fled the scene on foot. So that's a little weird, but yeah, so we'll see what happens. But if you're heading to Kings Island, keep your mouth shut on the beast. Or any of the other fast rides down there, you may get a free snack, one that you don't want.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Coming up, folks.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right, everybody. Hope you're having a good day today. Welcome to the show. It's Thursday, Friday Eve. Beautiful day here in Dayton. A lot of good stuff to talk about on the show tonight. We got a car into a building too. Protein. I'll skip that protein. I'm fine without the protein from the cicada. No thanks. Well, happy birthday to your 18-year-old baby. What's your 18-year-old baby's name, Leslie? Heather. Happy birthday, Heather. I hope you have a wonderful 18-year-old birthday. That's a good idea. Though there are no face masks on it, I don't know, Parker, you need to hop on and suggest that, okay? Yeah. I can't imagine. I mean, those studios are fairly new. I mean, in the big scheme of things, I mean, a couple years old. I just wished Leslie's daughter Heather a happy birthday. That's all. Yeah. Paul, yeah, I did. I worked for them. Let's see. I worked for them a couple of times. I worked for them. Well, what became iHeart? They weren't iHeart at the time, but I worked there from 96 to 99. End of 99. And then I got fired, which, happens to everybody in radio. And then I came back in October of 2000 and was a promotions manager and for the Hot AC station. Yeah, it was Clear Channel then. So technically, I never worked for iHeart. We were Clear Channel when I was there. I did, Ron. The Edge.
A plea entered in a murder case in Kettering. We'll have the latest at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, I love the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Start the car.
Your crashed car. In local news, a spectacular car crash.
House car.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, we had another car into a building, and I got to give a shout out to my niece, Helena. My very own niece. No, she's not the one who hit the building. She sent me pictures. I guess she was near there. It happened yesterday, actually. Flying Ace Car Wash on Indian Ripple. And you can see it in these pictures. I'll probably post this later tonight, but looks like somebody was trying to vacuum out their car and got a little excited and smashed into the car wash. So thank you for that. We're now at number, 48, I think. Is that right? 48? I can't remember. There have been a lot this past week. Either 48 or 49. I'll have to look. 937-457-1290. We got Brendan in Dayton. What's going on, Brendan?
Hey, man. I had a comment on the cicada thing.
Yeah.
And, we got the Evening Edge hard hat. I think what would go well with that would be the Evening Edge face shield.
Oh, well, wait a second. This is a good idea because actually Parker made this suggestion and you just made the same thing, Brendan. I'm sure some of us still have those COVID masks left over from the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Pull those out when you head down to Kings Island, slap it on before you get onto the Racer or the Beast or whatever. It may save yourself a swallowed cicada.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea.
And the other thing, if you want to use the idea, you can purchase it 3 easy payments of $9.99.99 if you're interested.
All right. Thank you for that, Brendan. We could call him the cicada catcher, right? Yeah, that's not bad. So if you're heading down to Kings Island, you might throw one of those into your back pocket. I'm sure you've got some somewhere.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Hey, Carter, how you doing? Ron, I worked at that station from 96 to the end of 99. And when I was there, it was more of what they called like a pop alternative. They played like, I'm the Dave Matthews Band and Foo Fighters and Jewel and Tori Amos and No Doubt, Red Hot Chili Peppers. It was more of like a pop alternative when I worked there. And then after I left, they changed direction with their programming, and then it became more of a sort of a hard rock alternative. Which, didn't last, but I wouldn't have, I honestly wouldn't have enjoyed working there then. That really wasn't my, wasn't really for my taste. Denise, they announced the winners, I guess June 27th, maybe? Is that what I saw? Let's see. Yeah, June 27th. That's when they announce it. We played Soundgarden, we played Nirvana, but they went to, it just became harder. Like Incubus, and I mean there were other more hardcore hard rock alternative groups. And I like some of the music. It's not that I don't like the music. It just wasn't really my thing. I'll give you a great example. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. You probably remember X-Fest, right? Remember the big outdoor concerts? When we had the concerts, when I was there, it was a rock show and it was an all-day event and there was a mosh pit, but we actually got a lot of families that went to the show because it was a fun, outdoor show. After I left and the direction of the station changed at X-Fest, especially at when they had it at the fairgrounds, they had a tent set up for Diamond's Cabaret, and they had strippers at X-Fest. They had a tattoo tent so you could get tattoos. It was a very, very different vibe, and there were fights. I remember I was out there one X-Fest helping a buddy of mine who has a business, and he was out there with a tent, and it was a little rough. It was a little rough. And it was never like that before when I worked there. Never. So I just think the whole tenor of the station changed, and it didn't last terribly long. Yeah, I mean, it was just, I don't know, it was more casual. I mean, people were drinking, but people weren't getting just hammered. But at some of the later X-Fests out there at the fairgrounds, it was it was off the hook. Off the hook, which was fine for the folks that went, whatever. I'm not judging anything. It's just that wasn't my scene. So, oh, I loved the Asylum, Jeff. I loved the Asylum. Oh my gosh. I loved going to that club. And what was so cool is that because we were the alternative station, our station was the only station that club really did anything with. And, I mean, we could just walk in there any day of the week and just walk right past security. We had the run of the place. I'd get all my drinks for $1, it was off the hook fun. Oh yeah, I remember that. I wasn't at that one, but I remember it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Don't forget, you've got until 7 o'clock. Go to my Facebook page. Look for the Dave Matthews Band logo. It's an Edgehead exclusive contest. I came into some extra tickets for the Dave Matthews Band tomorrow night at Riverbend, and I'm going to draw the winners just after 7 o'clock, just after the show. So if you'd like to go see that show tomorrow night, make sure that you go to my Facebook page, Evening Edge Todd, and register. You'll see the link there. It's a contest page on WHIO.com. Last night I got home and my wife was like, you know, I've told you that the air conditioning in my car is going out. It's like one side is kind of cool. The side that she's at, the driver's side, it's not cool at all. I mean, it's warm. It's blowing out warm air. And she was going on and on and on about how she wants to, get it taken care of. And I'm like, okay, all right. And candidly, I was sort of like, okay, well, all right, just suck it up, princess. She just sent me a screenshot of her phone. So she's on her way home from work. She had it plugged in, right? And it was charging. The message on her phone, charging on hold. Charging will resume when iPhone returns to normal temperature. I guess it is kind of hot in her car right now without AC. So, sweetheart, if you're listening, we'll get that taken care of this weekend. I promise. Wow. 937-457-1290. We got some people who want to, share cicada recipes. No. We'll get to that in a second. Did you see, I'm sure many of you saw the story, this horrible plane crash this morning in India. Just moments after this plane took off, it crashed into like a residential neighborhood. And there were 242 people on board. And at first, there were reports that nobody had survived and that there were people on the ground that were seriously injured, maybe even killed. Well, late this afternoon, I saw a story that there's actually, they believe, one survivor on this plane. His name is Vishwash Kumar Ramesh. And according to the story I see, he was sitting in seat 11A on this Boeing 787-8 that crashed into the neighborhood. He's in the hospital recovering. And from what I could see, I mean, he was on 2 feet. Like he was walking around after the crash. And I can't imagine being the sole survivor. I mean, that's a movie, right? That is a movie, and how that's going to affect his life moving forward. If I were him, if he ever decides to fly again, you have to demand seat 11A. That is your seat from now on until the end of time. That's your lucky seat, my friend. So, I mean, it's great that he survived, and hopefully he'll get through this. But man, oh man, he's 40 years old. He says when I got up from his seat, there were bodies all around me. I was scared. I stood up and ran. There were pieces of the plane all around me. Man, he says someone grabbed a hold of me and put me in the ambulance and brought me to the hospital. So, wow, that is he's a lucky man to be alive. Parker, did you have a?
Well, based on that, the way that's worded, he came to still sitting in said seat.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Well, I don't know if he was ever, like, if it knocked him out, I mean, from what I understand, it was not long after takeoff. We're talking like, what did it say? I can't, and I'm not seeing where it says it. I thought I saw it somewhere, but it was just like minutes. There was a loud, I don't know if it was an explosion or some loud noise. And he said, then it crashed like almost immediately. But man, oh man, I mean, I just can't imagine. And it doesn't say in the story, and he's from England. He's from England. I guess he was flying back from India to England where he lives. His family's in England. And of course, they're all, anxious to find out what his condition is. But man, I just can't imagine, you've heard of survivor's guilt. And that's obviously, that's going to start weighing on him. Man, that's, thank God he survived, but that's a burden to carry around. Greg in Dayton. What's up, Greg?
Hey, I got a couple of cicada things. My wife and I were fishing at Caesar's Creek, and the dad was putting his boat in with 3 young teenagers, and they were screaming like crazy because the cicadas were attacking them. They were swinging their beach towels and going crazy.
Yeah.
The other thing is my niece lives in Loveland, Ohio, and last week she measured the cicadas at 90 decibels.
Really?
Now, 90 decibels is like a hairdryer, blender, or power tools, and prolonged exposure can cause hearing damage.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I remember a couple of years ago, I think was it the Brood X? I think that's what they were called, Brood X. We had that here in our area, and it was pretty bad, but I don't remember them being that loud. Maybe in some, different residential area, different parts of the Miami Valley, it got that loud, but 90 decibels.
Yeah, we heard them at the Caesar's Creek. They would go loud and they would get quieter, and then they would go loud and get quieter.
That's when they get quiet, you got to be concerned. Like, what are they up to?
But you have to wear earplugs nowadays.
Yeah. Especially if you're going to be riding a roller coaster. You don't want to swallow a cicada on the beast. That will
or lose your hearing.
That's right. That'll ruin your trip to Kings Island. Thanks for your call, Greg. 937-457-1290 is the number. I saw this story today, and it reminded me of something that happened here in the Miami Valley back in 2002. So there's a story from Great Britain, Devon in England, that there's a town there. It's Torquay, I think it's called Torquay in Devon. And there's a street sign that has constantly been stolen. For years and years, people are stealing this street sign. And the reason they're stealing this street sign, and the local politicians, the local council, they're souvenir hunters who are stealing this. The name on the street sign is Daddy Hole Road, which, as you can imagine, that would be one of those souvenirs that a certain segment of our population would love to have to tack up in their man cave or their garage, right? And it turns out that it's weird because it says the peculiar name is believed to go back to Old English times where daddy was a name for the devil. And local myths say a devil came to live in the cave at the bottom of the nearby cliffs. And that's why they named this road Daddy Hole Road. Well, back in 2002, there was a story in the news, and I want to say it was maybe down in Centerville, Washington Township. It was in Montgomery County. And I remember seeing this in the news, and I was inspired to write an article. And I wasn't working for the Dayton Daily News, but I knew some people that were on the staff there. And I wrote this article and I sent it to them, and I was like, hey, this might be kind of fun, if you want to run. And they ended up publishing it. They ended up publishing the story. And I'm not going to read the whole thing by any stretch. But the name of the article, it was a feature they called Writer's Block, and it was Search for Odd Names, a Ride on Easy Street. And I wrote this Miami Township, a street sign kept being stolen, and the name of the street, Gay Road, Gay Road, Gay Road. So another street sign, much like Daddy Hole, right? It'd be people are like, oh, I got to get that. I got to get that sign. I got to get that sign. Well, if I recall, and I just printed this old article off, I think down there in Miami Township, they finally just changed the name of the road. They gave up. They were tired of, replacing Gay Road, the street sign. It's like every month or so, Gay Road, there's a street sign would just disappear. I'm pretty sure that they changed the name of it. But obviously, those streets were named a long time ago. And, words, the connotation of certain words will change, right? So nobody, when they named that, they weren't thinking gay like homosexuality. They were thinking, oh, everybody's happy and gay, that kind of thing, right? But I posted this article on my Facebook page because there were a lot of other interesting street names in Dayton. Here's a couple: Mardi Gras Drive, Christmas Time, Mistletoe Court, Shamrock Court, just different things like that. It's just kind of interesting. I remember going through the phone book when we had them. And there in the front of the phone book, there was a kind of a roster of all the street names in the entire community, the entire city. Anybody, that address in that phone book, it was listed. And I went through, I don't know how many pages of tiny, tiny print trying to find crazy, unusual street names. Like here's one, Taffy Lane. There's a Taffy Lane somewhere in the Miami Valley. Bacon Street, Loch Ness Court, Loner Lane. We have a fair share of strange street names. But if you'd like to read that, it's on my Facebook.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Electric Avenue. That would be a fun sign to have. El Pancurrito. Helena got a shout out on the show. She sent me pictures of a car into a building on Flying Ace yesterday. Yeah. So I gave her a little shout out.
From the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. This is WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. All news, all the time.
Are there UDUC matchups for basketball fans coming up soon? Well, the latest at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Right now on my Facebook page, you can register to win tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band. I got some extra tickets. Came into them earlier today, and this is a Edgehead exclusive contest. If you'd like to register, go to my Facebook page. The show's tomorrow night down at Riverbend Music Center. And just after 7 o'clock, I'm going to be drawing the winners for that contest. But we have another contest.
A large flock of seagulls got lost in the fog.
Flock of seagulls. Ladies and gentlemen, a flock of seagulls.
Yes, but I didn't request the flock of seagulls.
Just like a flock of seagulls.
Well, you've been going around the place humming that flock of seagulls.
There's a gas shortage and a flock of seagulls.
I can definitely take flock of seagulls.
Flock of seagulls.
I got a flock of seagulls in my house.
Do you like flock of seagulls? It was 1982 and my flock of seagulls haircut was tickling a chin.
If you'd like to go see the flock of seagulls, along with Bow Wow Wow and Animotion, they're going to be playing down at Bogart's in Cincinnati. It's the I Love the 80s tour. And that show is Friday, June 20th. If you'd like to go, be the 5th caller right now at 937-457-1290. And we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets. That's 937-457-1290. I always loved the flock of seagulls. I remember they played a show over at Island Park many years ago. Remember Island Park? That band shell is still over there. I remember they played a show there. Radio station I was working at, we brought them there, and they played right there in Island Park to a audience of about 50. So you can win tickets. Just be the 5th caller right now.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
Live from the WHIO News Center.
Jeffrey, let me take a look. Hey, Will, would you mind grabbing one more thing off the printer for me? Thanks. Ugh. Ugly cicadas. Thank you, Jeffrey. Out of paper. Is it out of paper? There's nothing in there? Oh. Hang on. Try now. Let's see. All right. Did it come through? Oh, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jeff. I saw him. Those cicadas, man. Cicadas. Oy. My nose is itchy. Why is my nose itchy?
And immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto,
Scratch
1290 at 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk. depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Hey, welcome to the show. Who is this guy?
He's a local boy.
His name is Todd. He's a talker.
You know, like on the radio?
I mean, for entertainment.
Yeah, that's one word for it. It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I started drinking at 6 a.m. We're here now. I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep, and those cars are going real fast and real left, son. They're going fast and left.
That was for the benefit of my producer tonight, Parker Testa, old high school buddy of his. I love that. Crazy Kyle, right? Is it Kyle?
Drunk at the Indy 500.
Drunk at the Indy 500. You gotta love it. It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Coming up after 6:30, we have Wing It Thursday. Yeah, it was delayed today because we're going to have guests from the Versailles Poultry Days. And they didn't start cooking their chicken until today. And they wanted to bring us some chicken. Some yummy, yummy chicken from Poultry Days. That's obligatory, isn't it? Right? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think so. So they're going to be here after 6:30. Also, if we get to it, we got some science news. And I talked about this for the last number of days. Tomorrow is the big debut at the Blueberry Cafe of the El Pancurrito. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard the story by now, but just in case, briefly, I went to lunch a week or so ago with some colleagues from the station. Parker Testa was there. And I ordered a pancake platter, a giant pancake, probably 45 inches in diameter. Wouldn't you say, Parker?
Pretty close.
Pretty close. And I ordered a couple of eggs. I got some bacon and I got some hash browns. I threw it all in the middle and I rolled it up like a burrito, right? Just to make it easier to eat. And everybody was amazed at this. They thought, my God, this is ingenious. So I showed it to the server and she was blown away. Word made it to the chef and then the owner. And tomorrow at the Blueberry Cafe, the El Pancurrito is going to be making its debut. Now, it's only a special. And I got to tell you, it's one of those for a limited time only, that kind of thing. But here's my hope. And I haven't talked to them about this yet, but I'm just going to do it right here on the show. My hope is that so many people go to the Blueberry Cafe and order the El Pancurrito, and you'll see it on the menu. And they give a shout out to the Evening Edge and how it was invented and the whole deal. My hope is that enough people will go and try the El Pancurrito, and when they see that it's a huge success, they'll keep it on the menu. But we'll see. My wife Mary and I are going to try to make it over there sometime this weekend and sample on the El Pancurrito. That'll be very exciting. And when you go, make sure you leave a good tip. And this segue is going to be something, Parker and Will, you guys, this is how you do it. Talking about a restaurant, and you go into a segue about tipping and how great Ohio is for tipping. There's a new study out by a company called Toast, which is a restaurant point-of-sale platform. And they say that Delaware, West Virginia, and New Hampshire are home to America's best tippers. Diners leaving in those states leave nearly 21% tip on their bill or better on average. Delaware is tops with an average of 22.1%. So they tip higher than anybody else in the country. Ohio is not bad. We give an average tip of 20.6%. That's higher than Michigan. That's higher than Kentucky. About the same as Indiana, and it's higher than Pennsylvania. So way to go, Ohio people. You seem to be tipping, above average than the rest of the country. So good job. You're generous. So leave a good tip when you go over there to the Blueberry Cafe this weekend and try the El Pancurrito. I'll probably post when I'm there. So if you'd like to come by my table, show, maybe get a picture with you and me and your Pancurrito, that'd be great. I don't mind. I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here about litter bugs. Okay. And these aren't the run-of-the-mill litter bugs. There is a particular drive-through that I go through close to my home a couple of nights a week to get my after-show beverages. I used to go more often, candidly. I mean, a lot more often. But I've been working on mending my ways, and now I only go a few days a week. And I love this place. I love the folks that own it. They're foreign owners. They work there. They're great. Their family works there. They're wonderful. It's the Marathon right there on Linden. And I've been keeping track of this for the last 2 weeks. And it could have been going on before that, but I just now noticed it. Every time I go through, I get my order. Again, super friendly. They see me coming. They know what I want. They have the bag ready. I mean, come on, right? That's pretty cool. But as I pull through and I go around the building to leave, I notice in the lawn, which is behind, it's like the little grass area behind the building, out of view of anybody who would be inside, anybody, at the drive-through. Every time I've gone through, there's at least 1 or 2 empty 40s of Ice House beer. Every time. And I know that it's probably the same person. That they come through, they got their empties in the car, which they're drinking, I'm sure. They get their refill, and then they just toss them out the window. Right there into their lawn. And again, it's not a place where you're easily going to see it, right? If it was out in front of the store and somebody litters their empty cans, you're going to see it out the front window. There's no windows in the back. Every single time I have gone through in the last 2, maybe 3 weeks, I was on vacation last week of May. I may have gone through there more than just a couple of days. But every time, and it wasn't the same empty cans, but it was the same Ice House brand. So there's some derelict that lives I'm guessing they live in Riverside, that goes through that Marathon, refills, gets their new cans of Ice House, and then they just toss the cans out into the lawn and drive on. And every day, somebody in that business has to go out there and pick up the litter that some jerk, you know what it is? It is a, where's my, right here. Yeah.
Jerk alert.
It's a jerk alert.
He's just being a jerk. Oh, shut up, jerk.
Great big jerk.
He's content to be a jerk, big jerk.
Jerk.
It's so, I don't understand how anybody could be so trashy. I mean, come on. First of all, you're driving drunk. You know damn well that somebody's cracking that thing open as soon as they get it. And I got my cup holders are full. I gotta empty and throw them out. You know, that's what they're doing. And I don't understand. I understand. Maybe you don't want to throw it in the floor of your back seat. I get it. Why don't you just get a little, just like a little bag or something? If you're not afraid of getting pulled over, why would you care if there's a bag of empty beer cans in your back seat, right? You're probably driving around sipping on it. You're not concerned about anybody seeing you. So if you're not concerned about that, why would you be concerned that there's a can of or a bag of empty beer cans in the back of your car? Do you see where I'm going with this? It's just like you don't care. So what difference does it make? But I feel for this business because every day they've got to go up and clean up this garbage that some piece of garbage is throwing in their yard. It just doesn't, it's irritating. It's so irritating because it's intentional. It's not like they're just driving down the road and they just toss something out the window. We see people do that, and that's crude and rude and illegal. But this is, to me, it's almost like it's intentional. I'm gonna put this burden on these people every single time. Every single time. It's just mind-boggling to me. And I'm going to say something to the owners. And I know that they know because they have to go pick it up. But I'll tell you what, if that was my business, I'd set up a camera. I'd set up a camera and I'd find out which derelict coming through here is littering in my yard. And then when they come up the next time, F off. You're not getting anything. And don't ever come back here again.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. It's a radio show. Jerks. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown. Seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Yes, it went in. It went in, Leslie. I promise you. Somebody asked which somebody asked about which state is the best tipper. It's Delaware. They tip an average of 22.1%, so higher than 20%. Yep, Ron, that's it. Right next to Penn Station. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having us so much. This is Eric and my lovely assistant Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Nice to meet you.
Oh, you're just moral support.
So we got one dinner for picture and photo purposes, and there's like about everything for 9 more in
Oh
here.
my gosh. That is amazing.
And a little something for you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Well, let me let me see how much time I got. Okay, I'm good. Who are you both going to be on? Or just you, Eric? Okay. Can you get in that chair right there?
Okay.
I'm going to aim that camera in your direction.
Pressure. I'm hoping we get a picture with you.
Of course. We'll get it. Yeah. Do whatever you want.
Put that on the radar.
Oh, yeah. So the way this is going to work is I've got one more segment to do solo, and then we go into the 6:30 news, and then coming out of the 6:30 news, then it'll be our segment.
Okay.
So I've just got to get your camera set up and everything, and do this next segment, and then we'll be able to chit chat and do whatever we need to do. So you can. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. All right. Let me. What's that? Oh, well, then you need this. Will you take her out? You know where it's at? Just go out the way you went, and instead of going to the right of the glass, go to the left of the glass. Oh, no, come back in. He'll wait. You'll just wait. He can wait. All right, let me. Is it? How do you pronounce your last name? Oh, Harry. Put a K.
Yeah, put a K, like STOCK. Stockler.
Oh, not an H.
Yeah. Well, there's an A. That's how it's spelled, but spelling is STACH.
But just Stockler.
Yeah, but your pronunciation, yeah.
Okay.
OCK is like how it's pronounced.
Okay. So I figure when she comes back, she can just like do video and do whatever she wants. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. And you're going to be on camera. Right. And see where I'm at here. Cool. So how much? What did you bring? You've got how many?
We got one for photo purposes.
Okay.
Another 9 in there.
Oh my gosh.
And they are pretty warm. They stay pretty hot in that cooler, but that is our problem.
Oh my gosh. All right. So do me a favor. Turn it.
Drink.
All right. Turn it. Yeah. Put it. No. Put it. I want people to see it on the camera.
Yep. Let me know where you want me to move it.
Move it to your right. Yeah, just like that. Yeah. And when I get through this segment, I'll turn the camera on and we'll let people kind of see that now. Yeah. And then when we get into when we start to do our segment, I'll have you move it so so we can see you. I love it.
Staging chickens for a couple years of my life. So.
Oh, I love it.
Appreciate being flexible.
Of course.
Last year we served chicken on Wednesday. I'm like, this is just the perfect thing, it's gonna work. And then they're like, hey, we're not cooking chicken on Wednesday this year.
All right, what have I got here?
Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Now to get back to this show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And I know you can't smell through the radio, but the folks from the Versailles Poultry Days just rolled in, and oh my gosh, they brought a gigantic case of chicken. We got chicken coming out of our ears, but we're going to talk to them coming up after 6:30 because tonight is Wing It Thursday. They cooked the chicken today, so they had to come today. They couldn't come yesterday, which makes sense. And I'm flexible. Look, if somebody's bringing me free food, I'll do whatever. But we're going to talk to them coming up. But we got some mail.
Knock off the jaw jacket. It's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The faggot.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
Before I get to the mail, don't forget, and you've got until 7 o'clock. You can register to win tickets to see the Dave Matthews Band tomorrow night down at Riverbend Music Center. I came into some extra tickets earlier today, and I want to give the Edgeheads an opportunity to go see them. I've seen them a number of times. It's been a long time, but I always love the Dave Matthews Band. They're going to be at Riverbend tomorrow night, and I'm going to draw the winners just after 7 o'clock, and I will email you the tickets. So you've got until 7 o'clock to register. If you'd like to send me an email, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com, or you can just message me on Messenger at eveningedgetodd, or on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. It's a, hey, Todd, loved your Beach Boys tribute today, man. Saw them at Phrase last summer, probably one of the best live bands I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of them. Just 2 original members were with them, but still incredible. I've never seen a band have so many people dancing from 80 to 4 years old. Everyone was on their feet. They are definitely America's band. Brian will be missed. Keep up the good work. That is from Bill Kirkbride. So, Bill, thank you for your message. Yeah, great loss to music and to art and to creativity yesterday with the passing of Brian Wilson. And I said it last night. I do believe it. Beach Boys, 100% America's band. I mean, if you had to pick one band, there's a lot of great bands, 100%. But they are the quintessential American band for sure. And if you'd like to listen to that tribute that Bill's talking about, you can find it on my Facebook page. And I just played clips from 5 of my top 5 Brian Wilson songs, and it's pretty good. I must say so. I thought it turned out pretty well. So if you'd like to give it a listen, you can find it on my Facebook page.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO. This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news.
And look at that chicken, people. Holy cow. Man, oh man, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, get some pictures, get some video. And we got some goodies. We got some goodies. I'll open those when we get on the air. So how long have you been involved with the Poultry Days?
This is my 20th year. I'm going to be starting my 20th.
Oh my gosh.
Monday, so,
Wow. Wow. And it's Stockler. Right. All right.
Yes, I added a little bit in there, but Poultry Days was established in 52, so this is our 74th year, and we went 74 years with no interruptions, including COVID years. We had a barbecue in 2020. It was
right.
A little touch and go. We had to schedule it, but we're pretty proud we could continue our traditions. Miss Chick, and we had a 1-unit parade. I was really proud to be on that float.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Well, we'll talk about all this stuff. I mean, we go until we come out probably 6:35.
Okay.
And then we go until about 6:50. So you got a good 15 minutes in there to chat, and then we'll do sort of between like 6:55 and top of the hour.
Okay.
So
I'll just follow your lead.
We'll hit it, and it's really we're just chatting.
Yep, back and forth.
Nothing, nothing too challenging. Try to make it easy on everybody.
Agreed.
Weather's going to be good, I think.
Let's hope.
There might be some showers here and there, but
yeah, our chicken line runs rain or shine.
Right.
But yeah, Sunday's a little We'll try not to think about that. Think positive.
Sure.
But yeah, we also we're all the sales for our bulk have closed, but we've already sold, I think, 18,000 halves. And then we've got a 4-lane chicken drive-through, and if it rains, it just keeps going. You just put rain gear on the kids, and they deliver it to the cars, and it works. So We've done this before.
That is awesome. That is awesome. It's been, I mean, candidly, it's been a long time since I've
Been
through
there, yeah. And it's if you take away the chicken and that, I mean, it's a community festival. It's rides and
Right.
we got our flower show and our cake show and our festival queen and that sort of thing. But that chicken, that's a point of pride, for the community. Especially these numbers. I was chairman way back in 2013 and we sold 24.5 and I beat the guy the year before me. I was so happy. And now they're talking over 40,000.
Oh my
And just
gosh.
where does it stop?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you might repeat some of this, what you're telling me, but that's awesome. So it's Miss Chick?
Miss Chick is our festival queen, and she's a 74-year tradition as well. So we had a couple things happen. We had the egg exhibit, the chicken barbecue, and Miss Chick on I think it was June 5th, 1952, and that's continued every year through.
Wow.
So,
all right. Well, we'll go through all of this.
Yeah, that's kind of the hype. What you can put in Poultry Days in 60 seconds. But.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, you have got ultimate disc frisbee teams.
Yeah, they come in. That tournament goes back to like the 80s when it was started. It was a grudge match between some guys from Versailles and some UD guys, and they continued it. And it's not the largest anymore, but they draw teams from basically every state. If you Google it, it's one of the bucket list tournaments for ultimate. Like it's kind of like that old. You got to go there and do it once if you're a true ultimate player.
That's not disc golf?
It's disc. It's not disc golf. It's closer, as I understand, almost like to a soccer where they're going back and forth and trying to do a goal.
We used to call it frisbee football.
Yeah, very
yeah.
And I've learned it's not frisbee, it's disc.
Yeah. Well, frisbee's a brand name, so I'm sure they.
And we pulled about 50 of them out of our pond a couple months ago. So gotta do that every couple years.
That's funny. What was your first name again?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Okay.
You don't have to put my name on there.
She's been involved for 5 years, so she's pretty decent assistant. Still in the
pretty decent assistant
in the probationary period, extended probationary.
I don't like you to introduce me to we got to go through some contractual language.
I was gonna say I'm making an assumption here. Are you?
Yeah, we're together.
Married?
Yeah.
Well, you're married. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're together.
All right.
Yep.
I got you. Did you meet over a chicken breast? Tell me. Be honest. No,
we did not. But this is her 6th Poultry Days, and starting to figure it out.
That's awesome. I met my wife. I was on a date. Well, I thought it was a date with some woman. And I was really in the friend zone. Didn't realize it. When we go to Elsa's down in Centerville, and this girl, she's like, or woman, I guess. Yeah. Okay, can I call some of my friends? And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I know where I stand. Sure, fine, whatever. And her friend showed up, and one of them is Mary, my wife. We met that night, and
I think I remember you saying this on air.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, we're only like 10 miles apart, and we kind of know some of the same people. And 10 miles apart in my part of the world is like neighbors, right? So we didn't know each other, but we know a lot of the same people. So,
all right, give me 1 second. We're coming out here.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me? You better call me. Damn it, get me a phone. Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you.
You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're going to have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just gonna wing it?
You know, I think I'm just going to wing it.
Just wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream up on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Well, it's not Wing It Wednesday tonight. It's Wing It Thursday. And we've got Eric Stockler. He's from the Versailles Poultry Days. Eric, how are you today?
I'm great. Happy to be here.
Well, I appreciate you coming in. So Eric contacted me months and months ago. He's like, hey, man, we want to come in on Wing It Wednesday, but the people who are cooking the turkey aren't going to be doing it until Thursday, and I don't want to come up empty-handed. I mean, who does that on Wing It Wednesday? But I said, well, let's just move it to Thursday. That's fine.
You said plate of wings, and I said I'll bring you the wings with the rest of the chicken attached.
Yes.
So we got a lot of chicken.
And what you brought is amazing. First of all, if you want to check out the live stream, there is one of these famous Versailles Poultry Days chicken dinners right there in full color. Beautiful. Let me see here. You got, is that a half a chicken? Or
it's half a chicken.
Half a chicken. You get a roll. You get some Musselman's applesauce. You get some Utz original potato chips, and you get a Fruit Rush orange drink.
That goes back to the 70s. I know it's odd, but
wow,
it's
that's
a little different.
Quite the combination. So this is exciting. This is the 74th year for this.
Yep, started in 1952.
What an amazing tradition. I don't know. We talked about this one night, like some of the other festivals in our area, how old they are. There's probably only a handful that are older than 70 years old, and this is one of them. And you were telling me off the air, you've been involved now for 20 years.
Yep, this is my 20th year.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of fun.
Yeah. So tell us about Poultry Days. It starts tomorrow. And I'm sure, if you're from around here, you've heard it. I remember growing up, I grew up here in Dayton listening to WHIO and always hearing the Versailles Poultry Days. It's been going on. And you have this big, what'd you call it? Just the chicken line?
We've got,
I love this.
We got a rain or shine chicken line. It's a 4-lane chicken drive-through. And when we stack it up on Saturday, let's say after the parade, or Sunday after the church, that line can go out a mile, but we can serve peak about 2,000 to 3,000 dinners an hour. So it moves fast. Wow. Your feet don't even have to hit the ground. The workers come out and take care of you.
So you just sit in your car.
Yeah.
And you just wait and you just go through the line and they bring you chicken. You can't beat that. Now, how many of these dinners do you give away? Or not give away, but how many do you sell?
So, this year's big. We're going for world's largest chicken barbecue.
Wow.
So last year we sold 39,004. We've got a little over 40,000 on the grounds, and we're pretty sure we're going to sell all of them. And that will, we if you know of a larger chicken barbecue, we'd love to hear about it, but we think we are the world's largest chicken barbecue.
Well, I love world records. We talk about Guinness World Records all the time on this show. Have you ever thought about contacting them about this?
We've kind of explored the different options, and we went with Boring Richards Accounting. They've got staff. They've been on there today.
Yeah.
Sorting through the semi-trailers, certifying the number of birds, and they're going to watch it all weekend, the number of birds cooked and the number of birds served.
Right.
And they're going to back up our numbers, because a lot of people just don't believe it's possible to sell a village of 2,600 people to sell that many chicken dinners.
It does sound a little crazy,
yeah.
But here's the thing. You've got people coming from all around. These aren't just people in your community. This is such a big deal, and it's been going on for so long. People want to be a part of it.
Yeah. Our pre-sale, we've got pre-sale buyers from 5-6 different states that obviously are traveling in, but a lot of Montgomery County, Miami County, and the whole surrounding area, jump in the car, come up, get a dinner, see a new community.
Right.
So we get a lot of visitors.
So what kicks off tomorrow?
The chicken line opens at 3:30. So that's really the big, start of the festival.
Right.
And we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Chicken line opens at 11:30 on Saturday after the grand parade, and Sunday at 11.
All right. So besides the great chicken that you're selling, what other activities are going on at Poultry Days? Because this is just like a big festival.
I mean,
this isn't just some food line.
Right. It's a community festival. So it's the best of a community festival. We've got all your different events. We've got free kitty tractor bowl, free kid fun zone, free chicken eating contest on Sunday. I mean, free chicken dinner.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. But as far as some of the highlights, the grand parade on Sunday at 11, it's a nice hour parade. Come with the kids, with the family, watch the parade and visit. That's a highlight. The cruising car show on Sunday. A lot of people come up again, get out those cars, and no age limit on cars. You can come to Versailles and enjoy the day.
Very cool. And it says here, let's see, we've got, there's an art show, there's a photo show, a cake show. Now, I'm curious about the egg exhibit. Are we talking like Easter eggs? Are they...
Some are colored.
Decorated?
There's a colored, and there's several different categories of eggs. I mean, you got to understand, we're from poultry country, right? That's why this started.
Course. Yeah.
So
this
it's
is
a
your
long
lifeblood.
tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the egg exhibit goes back to June 5th, 1952. That exhibit's been happening each and every year. We got a lot of kids and adults. They have fun with it.
That's cool. And then a flower show.
Got flower show as well. So it's almost like a small fair in a sense.
It sounds like it.
Yeah,
it sounds so. Where does it take place there in Versailles?
Well, Versailles is 2,600 people. You
Right.
come in on any highway and you are going to hit the festival because we close down the highways in the center of town.
Right.
So you're going to run right into it, but it's 580 South Center Street. Of course, you can get all your information in the map at VersaillesPoultryDays.com.
So is this at a park? I'm trying to remember. I told you it's been a long time since I've been up there for this, and I don't remember exactly because I've gone to a lot of festivals over the years.
The festival is on the grounds of our former high school that's now the Board of Education office.
Okay.
But we shut down that highway and we dropped the largest tent that's put up in the county, and that's our social tent. That's where all the entertainment's going on. We'll have 10 musical acts in that tent over the weekend. So there's live entertainment all weekend and plenty of adult beverages.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. We've got the Naked Karate Girls, Hammer Jockeys, Zack Attack, and 8 Ball, just to name a few. And you mentioned there's going to be adult beverages from Miller Coors, the winery at Versailles, and Anheuser-Busch. Wow. Well, this is an incredible thing. So you sell all this. So what do you do with all the loot?
Sure. We put it back in our community. We're a nonprofit. So we take that money, we donate it to probably a list of about 20 different organizations in the community. And most of those organizations are running those events at the festival as well. I mean, it's really a partnership of the community and the various organizations are there. But our pride and joy is Heritage Park. It's 40-acre park on the edge of town, and Poultry Days. It's the park built on chicken because all those chicken sales purchase that park. We maintain it. We build an amphitheater there. In fact, we're kicking off another project with some more improvements really in 2 weeks.
So looking back over your 20 years, Eric, at the Poultry Days there in Versailles, I mean, there's got to be some highlights, things that you remember that could really give the edge heads of some insight, a real good flavor of, I mean, all these things, all this sounds great, but I mean, let's go a little deeper.
Yeah, there's,
here,
I'll go in my history. And so in my history, the 2020 was the year that really meant a lot because this is a continuous barbecue. And we had that barbecue in 2020.
Even with COVID going on.
We made it happen. We were flexible. We worked with all the public. And it was important for us to maintain those traditions. So we had the barbecue, we had a Miss Chick, we had an egg exhibit, we had a cake show, we had a Little Miss Poultry Days. We maintained each one of those traditions. But I think my proudest moment was we had a 1-unit parade, and we weren't supposed to have parades, but we got a big giant blow up chicken on a float, and we get Miss Chick and her court and Little Miss, and got a good friend that wasn't afraid to spend some time in jail if needed. And he pulled us through town, and this was unannounced. And I jumped on the trailer too. And the proudest moment was taking those girls through town.
Right.
And the people that come out and wave to us.
Now, see, I would make an argument that one vehicle does not make a parade.
Well, We backed up traffic. Does that count?
No. Yeah, it seems to me like you're in the clear here. They're not going to come looking for you now.
Just a slow moving vehicle.
Yeah, that is so awesome. So, man, I mean, 20 years of doing this, and what a great example of volunteerism that you exhibit. Now, I'm sure. Did you grow up there? Did you
actually? I didn't grow up there, but I had family there, and I visited. And my birthday happens to usually fall on the festival. My birthday is today.
Oh,
so I'm
really?
spending my birthday with you.
Well, happy birthday! I mean, that's great.
So I was used to coming to Poultry Days and having that chicken on my birthday and visiting with family, and then I moved here, and it was just natural. It's a great group of people.
Sure.
And I've been on a long time, but we've got a board of 26. We have a young, energetic board and a lot of hardworking people. In fact, they're working right now as I sit in the air conditioning with you.
Well, you're lucky you. So you go to, if you're interested in this, you go to Versailles, you get in line, you're going to find the lines, right? I mean, you said it could be
best way is come into 185.
Okay.
Yep, come in on 185. If you're coming from the listening area, come right into that, leads right in the chicken line. Now, if you don't want to be in the chicken line, circumnavigate, go around a little bit, because that's the chicken line. But yeah, that's the best thing. Come in, jump right in.
And what does a dinner cost you? What's
only
it
$12? So about the same as as a fast food meal, right?
That's not bad at all.
No.
But the money goes to a great cause.
Goes to a great cause.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And we work hard to keep those prices down.
Now, if you want to get more information, this is free admission to this
Free
festival,
admission.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, the free kitty tractor pull, and they got a petting zoo. What kind of pets? What are we talking?
Any kind of cute little farm animal they can scrape up. I don't know where they get them.
Scrape up.
Pick them up. They kidnap them. I don't know, but they got puppies and rabbits.
But you can get more details on the schedule, the whole deal, so you can plan your visit to Versailles. Just go to Versailles, and I'll spell that in case you don't know. VERSAILLES Poultry Days. You're on your own for those two words. .com. VersaillesPoultryDays.com to get more on this big event, the 74th annual Poultry Days Festival going on this weekend. Hang tight. We'll be back in 1 second, and we'll wrap up with Eric from the Poultry Days.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh. Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
training for how they can assemble a dinner. So it's kind of the farm.
Yeah,
team.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm going to go through this real quick, at least for the folks on the live stream, because I don't know how much time we're going to have when we come back. Well, they brought me some great gifts. And let's see what we got here. We've got, oh, yes, the standard koozies. You can never have too many koozies. Oh, yeah, there you go. Check that out. They're on the live stream. Their theme this year is Poultry Mania. Here's their little their book. Look at that. I mean, and this is a thick program manual. My gosh, 70-some pages. Look at that. There's a map on the back, the whole deal. And this is some cool stuff. We got, let's see what else we got. We got some stickers. Yeah, Poultry Day stickers. Check those out. Those are pretty cool. And then we got this the apron. And you said this is like the official.
That's a fit. There aren't many of those, so when you have one of them, that's special.
Wow!
Yeah.
So when you get one of these, you're really somebody.
Yeah, and if you show up for sales second week in June, they put you to work.
I love that. That is great. I'll keep that in my car when I go out to dinner with my wife because I'm always making a mess of myself. And she's like, you ought to just carry a bib around with you. But I love that. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate that. That's awesome. What a neat thing. Man, oh man. I love gifts. Yeah, my wife was like, what are we doing for dinner? I said, well, I think we got it covered.
Yeah. And if they should, they're pretty warm. It just like 30 seconds.
Throw them in something.
Yeah.
Throw them in the air fryer or the oven or something. That's awesome. Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, we got to hit ultimate disc and try to cruise in.
Yeah, hit those things. So when we come back, I'll just say, anything you want to hit before we wrap it up.
Yep. So I think you had some other people from Least Dark County. Maybe the Silas, the hotel, came in. Maybe, I don't know. They were talking about getting a hold of you. So
haven't heard from them yet.
Okay, they maybe.
I've got openings too.
They're a fancy restaurant, so I don't know what you're gonna get from them. That'd be worth it.
If they're, are they involved with the nonprofit?
Well, actually, they're not. They're a for-profit.
Okay, yeah. I just do nonprofits for this.
That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Although that was my backup. That's what I was going to bring some of their stuff. So maybe next year I'll come and I'll bring their. That's how we'll
whichever,
Yeah.
We're working on something for maybe having some small businesses in. I used to do, and I might still come back and do it. A lot of the things and a lot of features I do, I sort of do for a while and then they go away and then they come back.
Everything gets kind of stale after a while.
I did a feature called Hot Hat Friday. And here we go.
This is WHIO Dayton and WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. All news, all the time.
Get ready for a wet start to your weekend. Well, the latest at 7. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Just kind of wing it and see where the moment takes us.
Yeah, I think we should probably just wing it.
If you go in there, you're going to have to wing it.
Sometimes you just gotta wing it, right?
Or we could just wing it.
Go ahead and wing it. So we're just going to wing it?
I think I'm just going to wing it.
Wing it.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And in the studio with me, it's Eric Stockler from the Versailles Poultry Days. It's going on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we've been talking about this great event that's been going on now for 74 years. And Eric, there were a couple of things you wanted to touch on before we wrap up, so hit those real quick.
Yeah, it's real hard to get everything in, but we got the Chicken Classic Cruise in on Sunday. You can roll in at 9 a.m., register your car. Registration comes with a chicken dinner.
Ooh,
and it's a great parking spot right by the social tent. So there's some advantages there. We also have the Ultimate Disc Tournament will be happening Saturday and Sunday. We'll have over 30 teams from around the United States come in and compete. Versailles is the home of one of the bucket list ultimate disc contests that happens in conjunction with the festival. That's been happening since, I believe, 1982-ish. So a lot of fun, brings in a lot of people from outside the area. Talked about the website, but also follow us on Facebook, because we don't want folks to come to Versailles and be disappointed if we're sold out with chicken. So as we start to wind down our sales, we're putting out updates, how many we have left, so you can kind of gauge if you're going to come there, have chicken, or maybe hit one of the other stands. But follow us for all that great live updates.
And thank you for the gift bag. There's some great stuff in there, and I love this this apron. And this, you said, a very exclusive apron. So thank you for that.
Yep.
And for the chicken dinners, I'm going to share them with my my cohorts over there in the studio and take some home for dinner tonight. So
very good.
Great luck. I hope it's a great weekend. I'm sure it's going to be huge. And maybe you'll set that world record for the world's largest barbecue.
We're very confident.
All right, Eric. Well, thanks for coming in. And Jen, his assistant. Yeah.
My lovely assistant.
Thanks for coming in. Nice meeting you guys. We'll get some pictures here and everything. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow just after 5. Don't forget, you can get the podcast at eveningedgetodd.com. Have a great Thursday.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap.
We'll try again tomorrow. Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
A lot of weird stuff happens around here overnight. Know what's going on every.
All right, folks, have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow after 5. And don't forget, the El Pancurrito debuts at the Blueberry Cafe in Kettering and Bellbrook tomorrow.